Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a upgrade version of my resonating shield build. This time I'm putting on a Titan. A couple weeks ago I come up with this build with resonating shield and play on particularly this shield, Feather Fortress shield. No penalty of movement, so you can keep using it, banging it, and it's really fun, it's cheap. But the build, I did this build a couple weeks ago, but that build has a lot of limitations. The damage was okay. You couldn't do Simulacrum 4, but it was a fun and cheap build. But today I found a new mechanism that I applied to this build, which makes the fun even more in everywhere. You know, more mapping damage, more boss damage. And you can do Simulacrum 4, so you can pretty much do all contents with this build now. This mechanism is, some of you may heard it from elsewhere, it's Herald of Ice plus Armor Explosion. So, how does it work? Basically, you need, first of all, you need crushing impacts. So, and you need cold damage on your main skill to chill the enemy, and with this spring the enemy will shatter when they die. The chilled enemy will shatter when they die and proc Herald of Ice Explosion. The Herald of Ice Explosion is going to stun the nearest enemy and fully break its armor and trigger another explosion, Armor Explosion. So the explosion from Herald of Ice is going to chill the nearest enemy, and plus the Armor Explosion, the damage will kill it. That'll create another Herald of Ice Explosion on that enemy, so it creates a chain of explosion. This chain of explosion is much faster than Shattering Palm. It happens instantly, so what you're going to see is a bigger, much bigger explosion all happening at once. In the last build, I socketed Magnifying Effect and Reach on Resonating Shield, but the Resonating Shield range is still pretty small, and this one just expands, especially in the dense mobs groups. So this mechanism works better in mapping. The other skill gems, these are pretty basic, you know. I found this one, Virgin. Yeah, it looks like a new one. I was just looking for anything to socket it in, and this one popped out. You know, you hold it for 4, because you're constantly holding Resonating Shield. You know, after 4 seconds, you get 40 more percent damage. It's pretty nice. So, the Warrior Totems are for bossing and Simulacrum 4. I'll talk about them later. So the basic mechanism is the Herald of Ice and Resonating Shield. Shield Charge is for mobility and for tougher single targets. Because I have a little extra elemental damage from my jewels, so I turned that into embittered. I turned that into cold damage through embittered, which is gonna also chill the enemy. You only need one enemy to be chilled, and then it's gonna pop off the chain of explosion. So this is my shield charge. Yeah, the rest is all damage cooldown. This is just a little bit of extra damage, and plus I need to socket these two in. That's it. You don't need any other heralds or cast on whatever, and you don't need curse on this build. It's a really simple build. It's fun, it's cheap. I'll show you a little bit of mapping right now, so you know what's going on. You know, because you're constantly holding up the shield, you're not really taking any damage, you're blocking everything. And do keep an eye on your stun bar. Don't get heavy stun. It can be dangerous. Woo! Whoa. Okay, every mob spawned by the box are instantly dead. I like rotating these two skills, Resonating Shield and Shield Charge, you know. See? Everything pop at once. Everything pop at once. Doesn't matter what skills you use, as long as you have cold damage on it, it's gonna pop off. And it's gonna chain off. The more groups, the better, because that means more damage for single target. When you're moving and there's no enemy nearby, you want to just put down your shield so your stun bar can recover. But we stacked so much health and stun threshold on this build, I don't think we're gonna get stunned at all. Woo! Look at that. Who wants to use Leap Slam when you can play like this? I never liked the Leap Slam, it's just so slow, you know? And then you're repeating it is boring. I like having at least two skills to rotate to each other for a little bit of dynamic playing. Yeah, that's basically for mapping. I'll talk a little bit about bossing before we go to the boss. So this totem on weapon set 2 is for bossing, for pinnacle boss, because we are constantly fully breaking shield on bosses, which means the Sunder is going to crit a lot. So I stack up critical damage on weapon set 2 passive skills, along with the 100% increased critical damage bonus on Sunder itself, and super critical. It's gonna destroy everything, you know. For bossing, I just put execute here and put demolisher on resonating shield. So every hit against T4's Dasher is gonna fully break the armor, or 2 hits if not 1. So do that. And the second warrior totem also utilizing weapon set 2 passives, auto totem damage and crit damage, is for T4 Simulacrum, and occasionally if you wanted to help out with mapping or alter some really dense groups or tougher single targets, you can pop it up. But be careful, because when you're using the totem, you're dropping your shield, you can potentially take damages. So make sure the mobs are a group of mobs just died, less mobs on you, and you quickly cast one, and you quickly cast them as fast as possible with this ancestral urgency, and then you when the new mobs spawn again, you quickly pick up your shield, beat your shield, block everything, and these will do the job for you. And you put this one upheaval for AoE damage, the other 2 brutality and physical mastery just for damage. So that's what the totems are for, and that's for the skill gem. Let's finish this map real fast, get to the boss, and then I'll talk about the gear and passives. Ooh, look at that. There you go. Easy, simple, fun. Very safe too, with this much HP and a lot of the health regen. You see my stun bar is barely building up. Oh no! Ooh. I can block that beam? I didn't know that. That beam is a physical damage? I know a lot of people hate that beam, including myself, because that beam, sometimes you're too far away, or you got stuck in a corner, or there are 2 mobs with that beam hitting you. Anyway, And that's, yeah, with this block, you know, nothing really can touch you. Or do this for the boss. It's not needed, but you'll see how strong it is. Break armor, crit thunder. That's it, 2 hits. Easy, right? Next I'll talk about gearing. Gear is pretty. Everything is cheap here. For maces, you only need +7 level, +7 level of melee skills. Bonus if you can get extra strength for more health, and if you can get a 3 socket, even better. Socket them all on skill speed, you know, to cast everything faster. The totems and your resonating shield. Same with the weapon set too. You get melee skills on the gloves. You can get another level on corruption. +3 melee skills on this one. Deepest tower, everyone has it now. This one, try to stack up as much life as you can. Attributes for the Giant's Blood. And this ring, a must have. This shield, a must have. Everything else, yeah, for resistance, everything is cheap here, right? For jewels, try to get a Metal Maniac for this one, because we have a lot of strength, 700. You need to at least have 400 and 500 accuracy on any sources, and that's going to make sure whatever skill you socket in reach is going to hit all the monsters, because without that accuracy, this one is guaranteed is going to miss half the mobs, and you don't want that. So get accuracy rating wherever you can. But I have to remind you, if you have accuracy on your weapon, it's not going to affect your shield skills. I've tested it. It's not. But we don't use reach on shield in this case. So this should still, if you have accuracy on your weapon, it should still work on Heart of Ice. But if not, get this one. It's gonna be it's very important. Other passives, you know, I have a lot of life regen nods. We have currently 600. I don't think it's enough. Try to get like, I also have these on life regen. Try to get like 700 or 800, because you are constantly using a resonating shield, and it's modified by the attack speed. It says modifiers to attack speed also affects the skill's cost. So if you are always using this skill with a fast attack speed, it's gonna drain your HP very fast. So you need a lot of life regen in case you take like a dot damage and you want to quickly recover without dropping your shield. So this is very important. Other than that, the common ones, just stack all the strength for your life pool, you know. And the reason I'm not using Wing Dancer or Heart of Thunder is because 1, it's not needed, and 2, I want to save some dex to put them all on strength for Giant's Blood and for a lot of life. Weapon set 1 nods are for AoE range, you know. It's gonna help your shield, resonating shield, and Heart of Ice AoE range. And weapon set 2 is for the totems and crit damage for thunder, you know. So it's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Did I forget anything? This one's not needed, but if you can afford it, why not? I think resonating shield is a relatively cheap one. So yeah, this is going to kill the nearest mob and start the chain explosion. So that's the passives. Anything else I missed? I'm going to upload the video for Xesht and King of Mist, both T4 and T4 Simulacrum after this. You'll see how it works. They just delete them easily. Nothing complicated here. Yeah, I made this build capable of all contents, and it's cheap and a lot of survivability here. Even if you take a hit from a boss or whatever, you know, I don't even cap out my resistance yet because I feel pretty safe with 5k HP. Even if I take a quick hit, life regen is gonna quickly recover, and it's unlikely I'm gonna take 2 consecutive big hits because I'm constantly raising my shield. You know, most of the damages are blocked. For T4 Simulacrum, make sure you are constantly popping off. You know, when you beat, like, you're constantly moving, beating resonating shield, beating your shield, and when the mobs die, you want to quickly cast another ancestral totem. Don't wait for it to expire. You know, every chance you get, you beat your shield for like 5 times, 6 times, you cast another totem, so they're constantly up, and they're gonna delete everything for you, even the bosses. Yeah, you'll see in the video. So that's the best version of this one I have. Let me know if you have questions in the comments. I hope you enjoy this build.